All right, so I just got done watching the Heat and the Celtics play. Hey, that was a good game. It was a good game. It was back and forth for a sec, and then Celtics. They were just a better team. They were just a completely better team. I just want to say that congrats to them. They beat the Heat. They did. They had a great playoff run. They did. Congrats to them. They're in the NBA Finals, so shout out to Jimmy Butler, man. He's turned into like one of my favorite NBA players for real. He just guts it out. Knee inflammation. He is playing through all these knee problems and giving them 38, 40 points. And I respect him for shooting that three at the end. I really do. I respect him for shooting that three because they had it going in. It would have been a career all-time shot right there, and he made that. I was rooting for him because I wanted him to win and go to the finals. Obviously, the Warriors would have won that easily with all their injuries and stuff. But hey, that's that. And now the Warriors are facing the Celtics on June 2nd, which is Thursday, and I am completely confident about the Warriors winning that in probably 5 games, for the simple fact that no, it's not just a simple fact. There's many different things that the Warriors have that those other teams that they faced didn't. Look at who they faced. The Nets in the first round, running on fumes. Kevin Durant, he's pretty much choked. Let's be real. He missed a lot of open shots. Kyrie Irving choked. They didn't have defense. They didn't have a defense. They were up double digits in game 2. They could have won that game. They were up, and they could have won the game 1, but they choked that too. And then they just weren't it. The Nets weren't it. They were running on fumes, and they were not a good team. That was not a good basketball team. They should have lost in the play-in, if I'm being real. I thought they should have lost in the play-in. Then the Celtics get they get the Bucks, the third-rated offense. But people say that they say they beat Giannis, but you didn't beat the Bucks with Chris Middleton, the guy in the NBA Finals who hit clutch shots throughout the whole finals and in the whole series. He had 40 points in game 4, which tied the series 2-2. People don't want to talk about that. How the Celtics faced the Bucks without Chris Middleton and it went 7 games. Come on, man. Come on. Giannis he poured his heart out though. He was averaging 35 that series. He did. But that offense wasn't good. Drew Holiday is not the player Klay Thompson is. Well, offensive player at least. But Drew Holiday, he was trying his best. He was trying his best to go out there and give him offense too. And he gave him great defense. But Giannis was really the only real scoring option. It was a few Pat Connaughton moments too. And in the Miami Heat, that offense was horrible. Pretty much. That offense was pretty much bad without Jimmy Butler going for 38, 40, 47, almost 50 points a game. Let's be real. Let's look at all the games that they won. Jimmy Butler, 40 points. Jimmy Butler goes out in game 3 with knee inflammation. I think he had probably had 10, 12 points in that first half because they were up 30 though. But he get out to a hot start, and then Jimmy's injury. They almost lost that game. And then the game 6 where he goes for 47, and those are the games they won. This tonight, nobody else helped out. Kyle Lowry was a no-show pretty much. They missed 8 free throws. Jimmy missed free throws. Bam tried his best to come in there, but they didn't have enough offense. They don't have enough offense. I don't think the Celtics are ready for the Warriors offense. They couldn't guard the Miami back cuts or the Miami screens, getting guys open for 3. They couldn't guard any of that. They were trying their best though. They play defense. They play hard defense though. And saying that, they haven't in the first round. They faced a great offense, but a horrible defense. The second round, they faced probably not even a top 10 offense. If I'm being real, that's not a top 10 offense. It was just Giannis. That was not a top 10 offense. And then they faced the Heat, and they weren't good. The Heat weren't good. They had injuries, and Jimmy Butler's playing through knee inflammation. And then they go 7 with those 2 teams. Nobody's going to talk about that. How they couldn't close it out. And how they went down to the Bucks, who were missing Chris Middleton. They almost lost that series. Nobody wants to talk. Had not Jason Tatum had 46 points in a closeout game. I mean, in the game 6 when they were down 3-2, they lost that series. They lose that series, and I'm confident Warriors got 7 days of rest going into game 1. We're undefeated when we get multiple days of rest going into a game. Undefeated, and the Warriors are undefeated at home. Like, the Warriors can close games. They are tough at closing series, but the Celtics are worse at it. They literally almost lost this game tonight because they couldn't put away the Heat. They were just like, oh, we're here. 1 minute to go, 50 seconds to go. We almost got the game. And had Jimmy Butler made that, the Warriors are playing the Heat in the finals. I guarantee that, because the Celtics would have lost all the momentum. They would have probably been They probably would have lost everything. Their minds would have been like, wow, we blew it. We had it, then we blew it. And they are so lucky. And everybody say the Warriors face all these teams. Don't do that. Don't do that. And then they don't mention the Celtics. The Warriors actually have championship experience as well. The Warriors have been dealing with injuries too. Don't forget that. The Warriors are getting back Gary Payton, Andre Iguodala, and Otto Porter Jr. in the NBA Finals. Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Jordan Poole, the whole Warriors roster is getting 7 days of rest. They've been game planning for both teams this whole time. And they faced the Heat. I think the Warriors win that in 4, if I'm being real, because I don't think Jimmy Butler anymore. I feel bad for saying that, but I don't think they would even win a game. But, hey, I got the Warriors in 5 games. Maybe, no, I'm not going to say 4. I don't want to disrespect them. I'm not going to disrespect them, but maybe 6. Maybe Warriors in 6, but Warriors in 5. Because I'm not even going to, because people will say it's a pick'em series before the series, and yet again they'll say something stupid. I don't even know what they'd say, because they probably say, like, the Celtics is their first finals and they were inexperienced. That's all they're going to say, because Warriors have the defenders. You think about it, if Gary Payton comes back and he starts, Jaylen Brown's loses the ball. They made horrible cross-court passes this game that they could have been picked off. They make horrible passes. They dribble in the lane when, like, those guys should have been slapping the ball away, and Miami should have been on the fast break. I'm like, wow, what type of pass is that? I'm like, they just like, man, I'm just ready for this. I'm ready for the excuses in the finals when the Warriors win in like 4 or 5 games, or maybe 6, because it's like the Celtics are reckless with the ball. They are more reckless than the Warriors, in my opinion, way more reckless. And then Jaylen Brown's not going to be guarded by, who is he guarded by? Jimmy Butler. But, Jimmy Butler, yeah. But he's playing offense and defense. Like, come on. Then you got, like, I don't know what to say about that, because I don't know. Andrew Wiggins, he did a great job on Luka Doncic. I don't know who he's going to be on. I don't know who Klay's going to be on. I think the Warriors should start Gary Payton as second in that game. And just put him on Jaylen Brown, because he tries to drive in the lane, and he's just reckless with it. Let's be 100%. I'm gonna be 100% real about that. He is reckless. Jason Tatum is too, and he does some crazy stuff. He made some crazy calls this game where I'm like, wow, that's a foul. Like, that was crazy. Like, the Heat were getting messed over, man. Like, people will say, oh, the Heat had more free throws, but look at the momentum shifting calls that the Celtics got. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't look at the free throws. Look at the game. That sucked. I feel bad. And then the Max Strus 3 was the difference in that game. If I said earlier, but that was the difference in the game. That was 100% the difference in the game. But Warriors, if Gary Payton comes at game 1 and they said they're optimistic it's gonna happen, I think he should start on Jaylen Brown, because he's just gonna pickpocket him every few seconds, because he tries to dribble. And it's nothing. Nothing's going to happen. I mean, like, he's just going to, Gary Payton's like, oh, swipe. And Wiggins, he just guarded Luka Doncic for 5 games in a row, and he made him work for everybody was like, oh, he averaged 32. That was the hardest 32 Luka Doncic ever had to score. That must have had to have been harder than what he did to Kawhi and PG, in my opinion. I don't know if I want to say that, but he did an incredible job on Luka Doncic, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are not even in the same tier as Luka Doncic as an offensive player. I will 100% say that. But the thing that scares me the most about the Celtics is Robert Williams, but he barely played, and the Warriors are going to play small ball a lot. They're going to play small ball a lot in this series. And you know what? The Warriors are the best rebounding team left. Like, the Celtics were out rebounding the Heat, and they can't rebound for nothing. They couldn't rebound at all. Looney grabbed 22 offensive rebounds. Bam Adebayo's not doing that. He didn't do that in the playoffs. The Warriors just beat the best rebounding offensive and defensive rebounding team in the league. I don't think the Celtics are that great of a rebounding team. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready for this smoke. I'm ready for the Celtics. I'm ready for the Warriors to win this championship because I'm feeling that confident. I am. I'm going to make a pregame for that video June 2nd, obviously, right before the game. But, hey, that was my thoughts. I got the Warriors in 5 games versus the Boston Celtics, 100%. 100%. No feeling, no butterflies, no nothing. Because they're going to overhype again and then be disappointed when the Warriors exploit the Celtics' weaknesses. Obviously, the Celtics are going to have their moments. But the Warriors are going to have more moments because they have more experience and more help on offense. Jordan Poole will be picked out. I will say that. I will 100% not deny that. Jordan Poole will be picked out. And he will be a real difference in this series because he's going to have to hedge hard like Curry does. And he's going to have to, and when he's on whoever he is, he's going to have to stick defense. Get in the stance. Don't just stand up, get in the stance. I trust Jordan Poole at all on offense. I 100% trust him, though. But, hey, those are my thoughts. Those are my thoughts on that. Warriors in 5. Against the Celtics in the NBA Finals. The Warriors are going to win the 2022 NBA Championship. And I see you guys in Game 1 in the NBA Finals. That's it for me. Peace out. Oh, yeah, I forgot to say. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Check out my other videos as well. But, yeah, that's it for me. Peace out.